Hello everyone, welcome to our Practical Thursday. So, as promised, today I will show you how to use your ArcPro to finish your project, okay? And I haven't heard anyone, they want me to use their project to work on with ArcPro. So I just came up with my own project, okay? I hope today is a big day. Today, a lot of things happening. The town hall meeting from. Let me mute Yishao. Okay, the town hall meeting held by Trump and Biden, right? And also many other things. But one thing you shouldn't miss is our big shake, the drill. Okay, so this morning when I listened to NPR, I'm thinking, okay, let's work on earthquake because I know some of you are interested in mapping out those natural disasters, okay, and how that affect people. Okay, so let me share the screen with you. Okay, share the screen. All right, so, oh, I need to minimize my browser. Let me move that here. Okay, so let me share with you my final result. Okay, well, those are the major earthquakes in the history, okay, occurred nearby. So you can see I use this very cool sort of like firefly effect to show you different magnitude, okay, of earthquakes. And very intuitively, actually, you see the redder and the larger the firefly, the point is, well, that is more, higher magnitude. Okay, there's one thing you could do with ArcPro. Okay, later let me share with you this. It's called style. Okay. Well, QGIS users, you need to do one more step. You can convert style file generated with ArcPro and to something QGIS can identify. Okay. And another thing is, well, I map out the earthquake. Okay. And I'm thinking, okay, the next one, the next big one, right? If that happening, where are the shelters? Right? Where the shelters, I can, go there and for this, if this disaster happening. Okay. So I found the data that is from FEMA. Okay. So those are all the national shelter system facilities. National shelter system facilities. And you see in our, well, this is for entire California. I basically, cut out the, filter out all the shelters in California. But let's zoom into LA. Okay, let's zoom into LA. You can see we actually have two types. One is called general types, general shelter, and the other one should be they can provide some medical service. Okay, but in our local area, I think it's just like here you have one. Very, very few of them. Okay, but those are general shelters. So to me, it's not necessary to differentiate them. So I basically just count them all. Okay. And another thing is, well, I'm thinking, oh, all these shelters. I remember last year when we have that wildfire, and we can drive a car, right? You are young, you're strong, you can drive a car to those shelters. But for elderly people, like my friend living across the street, the couple, the elder couple, they don't have a car. How they can get to those shelters? It's very hard also for them to walk, right? So I want to know how, like, sort of inspired by Grayson's project, how accessible those shelters are to our elderly people. So this is the question I want to ask. Okay, so I go ahead to, I find the data, CDC social vulnerability index, that is from our Living Atlas. So I pull that data and I know they have a layer is the overall, let's see here, CDC social vulnerability index 2018. Okay, so you can see here in this data set, they have a lot of, social vulnerable index at different level. Okay, so you can see you have county level, you also have tract level. And this overall social vulnerable index actually include 4 themes, including socio-economic, household composition and disability, okay, and also minority and language. And I think the last one is housing and transportation. Okay, so here in this huge data set, okay, later I'm going to show you the data table. You have percentage of the population, the age is older than 65. So I export this layer. So you can see if you right click on it and then go to data, export features, you can have your own. So because this data is produced by CDC, so it's open. It's created by our federal government, right? We pay tax, so we have the access to it. So you can download it, and I have my own data set. Okay, so that is the thing I copied here. So this is just a pure polygon. Okay, but only visualize the number. Let me change the symbology. Okay, you're probably very familiar with this. So single symbol is not enough. So we want to use, for example, you can see ArcPro actually have more options to show the data, right? Okay, so let's use maybe unclass the colors, okay? And field, there is, see, person, age, percentage of the population. Yes, here we go. Percentage of the persons aged 65 and older estimate. Okay, choose this one. And then you can see, well, okay, let's change another color. Okay, you can see you have some outliers. You can see negative 999, so that is no data. So you actually can drag it all the way here. Make sure it's between 0, 0 and 100, since it's a percentage, right? Okay, and then you can just visualize, okay, the percentage of the elderly people. But I'm thinking, well, percentage is maybe we should use the total count in this case, because everyone matters, right? If you have, 2 people living in that census tract, you also need to access the accessibility of all these shelters, right? So I think there is another one, is a total population. Person, it's not percentage. Where it is. Flag. Below poverty. Where it is. Person's age. Oh, here we go. Persons and age 65 and older estimate. Okay, so let's use this one. Okay, so you can see, well, ArcPro, very nice. They give you this histogram display. Okay, so the strategy, the trick here is you don't see many difference, right? Because you can see most your data actually concentrated at the top. You just have, a lot of several outliers, drag this range a lot. So you can move this arrow all the way up to use most color to display more, more spatial variation. Okay, so for example, you can customize this one as 2000. Okay, then you see more spatial variation. So basically the color become pink, become purple, and that means a lot of, elderly people. Okay, all right, then like last time, we have the, both data, right? We have people, we have earthquake, we have shelters. Then I want to know accessibility. How should I evaluate this accessibility? Maybe let's use the idea like last time. Let's count how many shelters in each census tract. How about that? Right? It's an idea. And anyone can tell me what kind of tool you are using. Hello?
Analysis?
Analysis. What kind of analysis, Andy? Last time?
The circle thing, the buffer. No?
Summarize.
Not the buffer one?
Not the buffer one.
Okay.
Buffer is you have this point, for example, here in our Griffith Park, okay? And let me draw the annotation. You build this buffer. This is buffer. Buffer give you a polygon.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so what kind of thing? Lauren said sum within. Summary within. Lauren, can you introduce what is summarize within? You're on mute. Okay. You're on mute.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that. If I remember correctly, I think you specify the polygon. So here we have what census tracts, and then you say, either give me the count, or I think there are a few other functions you can select of a feature. In this case, it would be a count of the points that are within each polygon that you've specified.
Right, exactly. So you want to summarize, you want to count. Remember last time we count in each tract here, for example, this one, right? In this polygon, how many points in it, right? Summarize within, we want to do a sum. So the tool can help you to do that. Again, spatial join. That is your friend. You have two friends. One of them is spatial join, okay? You can access the tool here, okay? Same thing as your QGIS. The target features is the layer you want to join to, right? We want to count how many shelters in each polygon. Then your target feature should be your polygon. Okay, should be your polygon. And your join feature should be all these shelters. Okay, and then you just specify where you want to save it. Okay, and you want to join one-to-one because that can summarize within. Summarize how many shelters in that polygon. Okay, and here you can see match options. You can do intersect, that will count the one on the edge, on the border, like Evangelist last time he raised this question, okay? Or you can use contains, okay? So for example, I use this tract, let's see, here, okay? And join features is our, let's see, shelters, yes, shelters, okay? And this is your output, okay? And here you could use contains or completely contains. This one will count the one on the edge, and this one won't. Okay, so that's up to you how you define this count. Okay, or you also can use within a distance. Okay, within a distance. So if you use within a distance, okay, so how those distance calculated? Okay, between a polygon, you can see between a polygon, this is the polygon, and this is the points, right? How you calculate distance between point and a polygon. Okay, in ArcPro, this is how it works. Okay, first, the algorithm will find the geometric center of each polygon. Okay, and then they will measure the distance. Okay, using Euclidean distance equation, you don't have to worry. Okay, but you need to use a right coordinate system. Usually for California, we use, state plan, okay, or if you just map out LA. For the entire California, I would recommend UTM because UTM is very good for the state, have the shape, like north and south, elongated like this. Okay, so that is your projection you should choose. Okay, anyways, you choose your spatial relationship, and this geoprocessing tool can help you to do that. Okay, one thing I want to point out, sometimes you didn't pay attention, you don't change these fields. Actually, you can customize it. So for example, let's take a look at this the fields. Okay, clear all the drawings. You can see there's a lot because the field map, that is bring the two layers together. You have everything. All the columns in two data layer. Okay, so if you don't want some, for example, this poverty, I don't want it. You could click on it, and then you could kill it, remove it. Okay, then you will have a simpler field map, output attribute fields, and then that can be cleaner. Okay, can be cleaner. Okay, and well, if I want to count, well, ArcGIS will give you a join count. That is how many shelters in it, or you can calculate yourself. Okay, so for example, for this shelter, I have this ID. Let's see, shelter still. Okay, so you can see I have this object ID or shelter ID. Either way, just make sure it's unique for each shelter. Okay, for example, I just use object ID. And then you can see here, I have my merge rule. Okay, I have my merge rule. Well, here, use the first. What does the first mean? First means, well, you have multiple shelters here. You can see. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, when the algorithm there it's running, which data is coming into this algorithm first, then output object ID will be that one. So you don't want that, right? So you expand it, you want count. If it is, numeric data, you can use sum, you can use maximum, you can use mean, you have a lot of statistics here. Okay, so this time we can use count. Okay, and you run, it will count for you. Okay, by far, any questions? You're very familiar with ArcPro, right? Okay, so, well, here, something new today. Well, how can you do that without launching this analysis? Another way, basically, to open this tool is to go to right-click on the layer, okay? You go to this join and relates. you can do, well, when you do the table join, remember, you can do the add join here. But this time, let's do spatial join. Okay, that tool called spatial join, right? So spatial join tool can also be added here. Okay, so you can see same thing, same thing. Okay, you can also customize your fields down here. Okay, so, well, if again, spatial join allow you to bring two layers together, okay, to merge their attributes, and can also do some statistical summary, okay, based on one layer and summarize the other layer in this layer. Okay, so which is very, very important to use. I know many of you are familiar with buffer, but every time when you ask this question, for example, okay, when you ask this question, for example, let's see, this is our Highway 10, right? Freeway 10. You want to know within, say, 1 mile buffer, how many newly built apartments. You know, on the west side, they have this project to build a lot of new apartments, new residential buildings, right? You want to count, right? You define your boundary here, and you want to count how many new buildings within this 1 mile buffer, right? Spatial join, you can see you will use that a lot. Okay, so make sure you know it. Okay, all right, okay. All right, so, but this one is still doesn't answer my question, okay? Well, I can, let's see, I have this layer, join count, right? I have this layer, join count. If I just, map out the number of shelters, okay, I can make one map, okay? And I can make another map to show the person of, the elderly people, how many people in it, right? So maybe let me copy that, okay? Remember, you can copy your map and have another copy here, paste. Okay, let's change this symbology. Right click on that, symbology. Okay, let's use, graduated colors. Okay, I can use join count, right? How many shelters in it? Okay, all right. Okay, let's check it on, and you can see how many shelters is in it. Okay, you can see the concentration. Okay, join count. Okay, but still, I need to make two maps. I need to make two maps. One is elderly people, the other one is this join count. It's very hard for you to look, back and forth, right? I feel dizzy now. Your map is not user-friendly. So how about we have this idea? We bring two variables together. We show two variables together. So for example, I have this ArcPro give you this very cool display. Okay, remove. Okay, here. Okay, let me show you the legend. Okay, so you can see I can use one color scheme like this blue. Okay, to show the number of shelter. Okay, I also can use this, color scheme is red to show the persons aged 65 and on, right? In each census tract. Then I can blend those two colors together, okay? And then I can have this box. You can see now I have like 9 colors, right? 3 by 3. You can customize, by the way, okay? So to show you, okay, if you go this way, you see the red color changes, right? That means elderly people. So you can see here, if you go this way, that means you have more elderly people living in that census tract, okay? And if you go this way, y-axis, that is the number of shelters, right? If the color is more blue-like, that means you have a lot of shelter. But what if the color is like this pale-like color? right? You don't have much shelter, okay? So if you go to this corner, you see this like pinkish or like a watermelon, you know, that color, right? That means what? That means the polygons you're interested in. You have a lot of shelter, elderly people, but you don't have a lot of shelter in it. Does that make sense? Okay, so where are they, right? You have these color, where are they? Okay, so you can see in LA, maybe that is here. Okay, let me change the transparency. We can go to appearance. You can go to transparency to more. Okay, so where are they? Or let's change a, you know, base map. Okay, to street maps. Okay, so this is La Cienega Boulevard. Okay, close to I think it's close to our Culver City, Inglewood. Okay, this place, and also here and here, right? So those are the places you want to, you know, maybe build more shelters, more accessible shelters to those people. Okay, then I answer my question. I don't want to, in my final map, I don't need to show the shelters, right? I just need to show this polygon. Let me change appearance. Oh, here. Okay, I just need to show this map, right? You can, you know, share a layout, right? Go to a layout to share, to produce this map. Okay, so to include this square, you know, to show people what does the color mean. Okay, I don't need to display the actually the earthquake. I can check that one off. Okay, yeah, so that basically is your analysis. So for our final project, what I'm looking for, that probably is your question, right? Like I show you last time and also this time, you can see what I did. I find the data, right? I know what kind of data I want to use, and I can bring that in to my GIS software. It can be either QGIS or ArcPro or ArcGIS Online, actually, okay? And you do some analysis. That is your spatial thinking, right? And to choose the right tool to do that, to perform that analysis and get a result, make a map. Making a map basically just to present your result. Okay, gather the data, process the data, analysis, present, making a map. 4 steps. Okay, it sounds very simple and easy. Actually, this is a very important information. So it doesn't matter which level you are at. A GIS project always contains those steps. And you can see in the past few weeks, you have done that. You have finished it step by step in your discussion, right? So you have a question to frame a spatial question, okay? And gather data layers, right? Okay, so this probably is the most time-consuming part, okay? And here, well, but you have your friends living atlas of the world, okay? Living atlas of the world is a very useful resource I found, okay, to me, to find the data, okay? And number 2 is, well, you want to process the data layers. Okay. That including, you know, you may want to you know, make a sub area, you know, extract data, for your study area, right? Like here, I just want to map out LA. So I want to use what? Clip or select by attributes and save that out, right? Okay, your study area, okay, including change projection. Remember in module number 3 or number 2, we learned projection. You don't want the distortion, right? Okay, and maybe you also want to, you know, take a look at the data and see what other things you want to change. Okay. Oh, I forgot here. One thing is if you don't have the data, you can digitize, like my digitize, like what we do in Peru, right? In Lake Titicaca. Well, you can digitize the polygon by yourself, right? Okay, and many other things. Okay, basically make your data ready for your project. Okay, and then you want to, based on your spatial question, find the spatial analysis tools, okay, that can help you answer this question and to perform the spatial analysis, right? And get the result, okay? Interpret, you need to understand the result. Interpret analysis result, okay? And make maps or charts. Like last time using Grayson's example, we also make a scatter plot, right? Here, actually in ArcGIS, it's very easy to make charts. So later, let me finish it and we'll share with you, okay? And well, then that's it, guys. Just the 4 steps. So in your final project, I want you to, since we have done that in multiple assignments, I want you to demonstrate you can do them all, okay? All right, so let me pause here for questions because I feel every time I probably talk too much. Questions about the requirements on the final project? Are we good? Let me share this in the chat box. Can I Control C? Let's see. Okay, here we go. 4 steps. 4 steps. You have it. Okay. Or you can't wait to start your own project. Okay, so we're good? Good. Okay, so I just want you to, you know, have this very clear structure and the roadmap to do your project. Otherwise, you will get lost, you know, in the ocean of data. In the ocean of data. Okay, so to have this clear roadmap, and you won't get lost. Okay. All right. So let me clear my drawings. Okay, let me show you how to generate the scatter plot. Okay, so you can see, you can right click on the layer you want to produce a chart, and here you can create a chart. You don't have to install any plugin or anything. Okay, so this is for entire California, guys. This is for entire California. You can see I basically count the number of shelters in each census tract and 4 polygons. Okay, let's take a look at the Bay Area. Let's see, let's change the appearance. I want to check this part. Okay, I have a friend. He lives in Fremont. Okay, so you can see here we have this census tract you know, have this very dangerous color. Okay, they have a lot of people, but let me cancel that. But they don't have much shelter. Okay, actually, yeah, they have a lot of elderly people, but they don't have much shelter. Okay. Palo Alto is good. They don't have elderly people. Many elderly people. Okay, it's interesting. Okay, how about downtown? Let's go downtown. Okay. Yeah, you can see downtown for most area, you have those dangerous color. You can see like pinkish, you know, in terms very gray, blue color, right? Okay, so this is San Francisco, okay, or Auckland. Okay, yeah. All right. So, anyways, just my geographer's curiosity. So, generate chart. Let's use, for example, scatter plot. Okay. All right, and then you can use axis number. That is our, for example, our joint count. Okay, and oh, let me show you the one we calculated. It should be count. Object ID. Okay, this one the same thing, I think. Okay, and one. Okay, let's mute Paula. Okay, here, y-axis will be your person age 65. Okay, and size you can choose, for example, make it smaller. Okay, and you can see these are our object ID. Is that right? Yes. Looks weird, but it's our table. Okay. Or let's switch. Chart. Change the chart, open. Okay, and let's switch X. Let's use person. Where it is. Age. Or household without vehicle, right? Okay. Let's see, and this one, let's use joint count. Okay, and I don't want to show this trend. Or maybe we can show. Okay, so let's close it. Okay, so you can see here, this is joint count, how many shelters in each polygon. Okay, and here that is how many households without vehicle. Okay, so here is a very interesting thing. I want to know those bubbles, okay, those points, they represent where. In ArcPro, it's super easy. Okay, you don't have to do, you can do select by attributes to build your expression SQL to find these data, like last time what we did. Okay, you have certain number of households higher than certain number, but the number of shelters within it is less than certain number. But in ArcPro, you can very easily to highlight them out. You just need to drag a box. See here, for example, less than one, but households without vehicle, let's say we more than 1,000. How about this? Okay, you can see those data highlighted. Okay, and you can close it. Let me turn off this one. Okay, so you can see where are they, guys? Where are they? Okay, one is in Los Angeles, actually a lot in Los Angeles. You can see it's here, it's like a heart. They have a lot of people without vehicle, but they have less than one shelter in it. Okay, does that make sense? Yes. And then if you have this data, you can export it. You can make another layer to actually highlight those polygons. That is a place, this in downtown LA, I think, Skid Row, right? Okay, very dangerous. If the next big one hits, those people, they don't have a car and they don't have shelter nearby. See the power of GIS, go GIS. Okay, or if you want to, you know, it's not very easy to find, you can go here, zoom to layer, or let's see. Oh, open attribute table. Okay. Let's switch, we'll move that up. Okay, 34, okay? So you can, you know, those are the selected and you can see where they, okay? Or if you want to show, you can go here, zoom to. Okay, let's see where it is. It's in San Francisco. Okay, it's in San Francisco, these places. Okay, all right, so you can see this is a way to, you know, generate a chart in ArcPro. Okay, another cool thing I did is this firefly, right? Is this firefly the effect? So let me change the base map to dark gray canvas so you can see. All right, okay, so you can see, well, then how you have this style, you probably say, I can use symbology. Well, if you open your symbology in your color, here, for example, in your gallery, let's see, where's the gallery? Okay, for example, here, okay, for example, here, you probably don't have this firefly. You don't have this firefly because I imported here. Okay, where to find those cool styles? You just have these, ArcGIS 2D and ArcGIS 3D. Okay, so you just need to go to your browser. Oh, hold on. Okay, let's go here. Let's go here. Okay, so you just need to go here, ArcGIS style. Styles map, styles, yeah, just styles. Okay, and you can see here you will have the gallery GIS Azure styles. Okay, let me share this one with you. People in my cartography class, you probably know this already. All right, okay, this is ESRI styles. All right, so you will have a lot of styles, and then firefly. Where's firefly? Where is firefly? You can search firefly. Okay, here we go. Okay, symbology, and then you can download this style. Okay, if you download it, save it somewhere, okay, like demos, okay, or let's change another, let's download it another one, okay, because I have this already. Let's use, which one is cool? Close this one. Maybe this one, symbology patterns. I'm half. It's like topographic, right? You can download it. You will download a style, STYLX data, okay? And then you can save, okay? Let me see where I save it. Show in folder. here we go. Oh, demos, okay? Then when you download this layer, you go to your Pro, but you need to open this catalog, okay? So here you go to View, and you can open your catalog pane or catalog view, okay? And here, I think I opened the catalog view. And then here you can see you have a layer called, you have a node called style, okay? You right click on it, go to add style, okay? And then you just need to go to your browser, go to your folder, and well, you don't see that, the one we just downloaded, just refresh here, okay? So you can see it's right here. And then click OK, okay? Then you're good. Then, for example, here, I want to change something. Let's see. Symbology. Okay, for example, let me change another one. Polygon, for example, this one. Okay. Symbology, where you? Let's use like a color. Okay, so let's use this one. You have this info half pop up here. Okay, so for example, you want to use this, you know, layout, this cool layer like this, okay, or, you know, reverse area or something. Or this one is cool, reverse area. Okay, so you can see you can use different way to color your maps. Okay, the color maps. So super cool. It's a lot of resources, you know, in ArcGIS. Okay. All right, so this is your symbology when you're out there to make maps. Last time, I think that's Grayson asked me a question. Where are the base maps?
What?
Right? Where are the base maps? Let me mute Paula. Okay, so here's another thing I want to share with you.
It's not, no, it closes at 10.
Paula, can you mute yourself?
We still have an hour.
Paula, can you mute yourself? Okay, all right, so let me share this one with you. Chat, base maps in ESR. This one. This is the story map. This is the story map, okay? But introduce you different base maps you could use in your project. So for example, this is the one I'm using in ArcPro, dark gray canvas. That built in here, you can just change it. But you can see you just have 1, 2, 3, 12 base maps here. There's a lot. There's a lot, hundreds of base maps. You can also customize your own base maps. Okay, so you can see here, okay, you have this, for example, very cool one. This one is charted territory. It's cool if you make a map for children, right? If you zoom into LA area, okay, let's see whether we can zoom in. Oh. Come on. Oh, here we go. Okay. I think I need to use Shift. Nope, Shift Control. Still not sure how to use my mouse, but you can do here. Okay, they're very detailed base map you could use. Okay, these are in, you know. Okay, these are base maps. These are base maps. Okay, you could use for your project. Okay, and here, well, this watercolor, mid-century style, and this one is super cool, Nova style. Nova style. People in cartography class probably still remember this one, right? Yes, so choose a cool maps. So where you can find it? Well, here. Living Atlas. Living Atlas. So if you go to Living Atlas of the World, you just search for base maps. Okay, you will have a lot of base maps. For example, this one is OpenStreet base map. Okay, you can click on, for example, this one, Azure Street. Okay, this one is prettier. Okay, and if they share with you, you actually have a link down here, but you can just download it. Okay, open in ArcGIS desktop, and you choose open in ArcPro. When you download, it will give you this PITEMX. This is a project item. Okay, so for example, this is OMS. Okay, base map. Okay, and you save it, demos, yes. Okay, then you go to your folder, show in folder, and then you just need to double click on it. Double click on it and it will open for you. So that stands for a project item. Project item. Okay, so you can see this is your base map. And people get start working, you can just add the data, right? You can just add data here. Okay, you can just add data here. Super cool. I love this base map. Okay, for QGIS users, well, there's other options you could use. You could use Mapbox. Mapbox also have the gallery of the base map. So let me share with you. Mapbox base map gallery. Okay, it's open source. Okay, so you can see, you can have this one, decimal. Explore. Right? Okay. This one's super cool in Toronto. Okay. Well, I should stop here because I will spend my whole night in explore this gallery. But let me share that with you. Okay. Yeah. So this is a base map, Mapbox base map gallery. Okay. And how to use that in actually ArcGIS and also QGIS, right? Okay, so let me share this one with you. Let's ask Professor Google. Mapbox, add Mapbox as layers. Okay, this one, and QGIS. There are just several steps you need to do. Okay, use Mapbox base map in ArcPro and QGIS. Just the link, guys, just the link. So this is the world of WebGIS. Okay, so you just need to follow those steps to add that data. Okay, so you can see the sky is unlimited. Especially if you use ArcPro, it's easier for you to gather those data. Okay, but QGIS is also possible. Okay, it's also possible. Okay, so another thing, the last one I want to share with you, since here I have an announcement, guys. Next Tuesday, we have a guest speaker. He is our campus general counsel, Mr. Bob Myers. Okay, Robert Bob Myers. He just finished this very cool map to share. Let me open my email. Okay, here, faculty. Give me a second. Log in. Email. Bob. This one. Yes, I just seen white here. He actually made this story map to show people Santa Monica College. He should change the name. The trees in our main campus. Okay, you know what? The trees in our campus is not in the GIS database in Santa Monica. So we try to, you know, add those data in their geodatabase. But anyways, he started with ArcPro actually, and create this story map to show his story, to present what he found. Basically, the spatial question he asked is this: tree canopy and its relationship to the surface temperature. You know, under our big fig tree on our main campus, you know, it's super cool, right? And you can see using the new story map, the template, you can have this sort of like general article, like ish, you know, the style to present what you found. So that is the one thing I want to share with you on Tuesday. But I would like to invite him to come to our class during our meeting time and to present this project to you. Okay, and maybe you can open other opportunities. We can, you know, continue to our future classes. Okay, so you can see you can include chart, you can include text, you also can include the maps. You know, those are the maps, different species in Santa Monica. Okay, and those are the pictures. Okay, and this project workflow. See, this is, you know, how he finished this project. Okay, this is your spatial analysis, but more advanced. Okay, he basically used the LiDAR data that is, you know, very LiDAR data cloud, okay, to measure the temperature. Okay, and then these are the object-based image analysis. So basically, each household, each block, you know, how the coverage of the trees and the temperature. Okay, and they have classification and the temperature. Okay, and data analysis, the maps. Okay, and you can see the chart. Okay, block analysis, right? The mean surface temperature, canopy, and the, you know, he also used this color blend. See his squares? This one, nice. Yes, you have a high tree canopy percentage and high temperature, or low or high. Very interesting. Okay, and he also shared this tree canopy, use this contour line to display the density of this should be species difference in tree canopy. Don't know what does that mean. Number of species, maybe. Okay, and differencing. Okay, so you can see story map actually is a very powerful way to present your map, right? To present your findings. So here, let me share this video with you. How to create a map. Actually, it's very easy. How to create a story map in 10 minutes. This is the last step you want to do to present your map. Okay, how to create story map. All right. And well, you can do that in 10 minutes, but you need to have all your data and maps you want to present, especially your maps, your layers on ArcGIS Online. Okay, you cannot just save it in your ArcPro here, like this one. I cannot, include that data in my story map. You need to share it online. How to do this? Here, you go to share. Usually you will make a map, right? Printed map in your past labs, right? Here, we want to share it as a web layer, okay? And you can see, you can publish the web layer, okay? All the maps, and make sure here you sign in, okay? You sign in with your institution account, okay? And then you can have this data in your ArcGIS Online. Then when you create a story map, here, let's see, story map. Let's just use, just search story map. Okay. This one, okay? You can see very neat website. Okay, you just need to sign in, and you just need, you can just create your story map. So let me share this one with you as well. Okay, story map template. All right, so this is your presentation. Okay, this is your presentation. You can use the story map to present it. You don't have to just use a boring, like resources. You have a lot of gallery. Okay, explore stories. Okay, and you can see fire. I know many of you want to map this one out. Lands of freedom. Okay, and this is what I think it's the Grand Canyon Trust. Okay, to map out the Native American people, how the development of Grand Canyon ruined their land, actually ruined their culture. Okay, very touching story map down here. Okay, and many other things you can explore. This is a very rich resource. Okay, the story map you can use. Okay, let me clear the drawings. Let me share this one with you. Story map gallery. Okay. All right. So here, guys, I think today I shared a lot of resources with you, right? How to use the ArcGIS ArcPro to make your map and finally present it online. Present it using story map if you want. Okay, you can also choose to print out a static map. Okay, and in terms of finding data, guys, here is all the data sources I used in my today's demonstration. Okay, so let me just copy that. Okay, if you're interested in earthquake, I know one of you, or a few of you actually, interested in the natural disasters, right? Okay, so that is a natural disasters data links. Okay. All right. Okay, so those are the data I found. Well, I don't have the magic, guys. I don't have the magic. Let me show you my method, how to find those data. The last thing I share with you a lot of resources, right? I basically know what I'm looking for. First, I'm looking for the earthquake, right? My go-to place always Living Atlas of the World. I just search for earthquake. You can see recent earthquake, right? Or historic earthquake. Earthquake, historical earthquake. Earthquakes, yeah. Historical earthquakes, recent earthquakes. Let's just search for earthquake or major earthquakes. Yes. Okay. And then you can see this one is from, you know, BCE to present. So I basically bring this one in. Okay. So I always start with ArcPro, and I click on the link. I can go to the resource here. If you use ArcPro or QGIS, you can just bring that in. But if you want to download a copy of this data, you can go here. Data source. You need to dig in a little bit more. Okay. Here, National Geographic Data Center. Okay. You can just copy this link, or you can just go to this significant geodatabase. I think this link is broken when I explored, but you can copy it and then paste it here to ask Professor Google where it is. Okay, the new data set, and here you can see earthquake data and information. Okay, so start with Living Atlas is very, very helpful. Okay, and to read into the data description, you can find more data, and then download that data into your to your computer, and then you can just use it. For example, I think I download this one, Global Significant Earthquake Database. I didn't use that link. Okay, and you can see here, you can, you know, choose the year, choose the region, which country, and you can customize and just download. Okay. All right, so how to find the data? Start with your Living Atlas of the world. When you download data, it's a shapefile. You can open that with either ArcPro or QGIS, right? Okay, all right, so let me stop here. I think I, again, talked too much today. Okay, so I will be here to 8:30. Okay, you're welcome to stay and we can talk about your project. Okay, and to basically, you know, if you have any concerns or how to get started, I will be more than happy to talk to you. Okay, otherwise, I know the town hall meeting is happening, so you can go to watch the town hall meeting for the election. Okay. All right, let me stop recording.